How's everyone doing? Welcome to our first ever installment for our YouTube podcasts. This is the band vocalist for Whale. My name is Dan.
Hey everybody, this is Chris, Dan's biological younger brother. I'm the guitarist.
Biological. Well, all right, so today we're going to talk about, a lot of things. Our first song for starters. But we just like, to introduce ourselves. This is something we've always dreamed of doing, being in a band. I know, Chris here has a lot to say about that.
Yeah, it took a long time, and went by. Well, it started out, I guess, when I was like our first year of college, like my first year of college. It was just Dan and I were like talking about, playing some music. We were hitting Philly. We went to, Rutgers, Camden, all that.
Yeah, that was back when he was just like a acoustic guitarist and just me as the vocalist. It was interesting.
Yeah, it was, what was it? We called ourselves Proto.
Yeah, Proto. And Proto, for those of you Latin aficionados, in Latin means first. So I thought it was a good idea. But you didn't like it. You liked you wanted something with birds.
Dude, our first ever cover, though, was Saves the Day, Holy Hawks, Forget Me Nots.
Yeah, you can't forget Saves the Day is a huge influence on our music.
Yeah, probably the first. Chris Conley's the man.
And I know, so let's get into our first song because we actually have a show coming up. It is Tuesday. The show is this Friday. So I know it's a little bit early. A lot of you guys listen to this. The show will probably be past. But it's currently our first debut ever. It's going to be a trio. We're gonna have our drummer Zan. He's awesome. He's been playing with Chris since the beginning, right, Chris?
Yeah, for about 5 years on and off.
Mm-hmm.
So we developed chemistry.
Very, very talented.
Yeah. And about that show, I'll give you the information on it right now, the specifics. It's at the Watering Hole in Mays Landing. It's located at 6494 Weymouth Road, and it starts at 6 p.m. There's a cover charge, $10, and there's cool bands starting out with us. We're the first to open, but the lineup goes as Insanity Theory, then at the interview, Friend Circle, and Argo.
Looking forward to hearing those bands. I know we've had the pleasure of seeing at the interview before. These guys are pretty legit. They dress up in, button-down shirts and ties. They look pretty professional. It's pretty cool watching them rock out.
Yeah, they really embody their name, which is pretty cool. It's a nice theme to have.
But I really want to see Friend Circle, Argo, Insane Theory. They all sound like very interesting bands. They have really cool logos, too, if you look at the actual album art they have going on there, or not logo art.
Yeah, and as a fellow musician, I have Dan as well. We have a keen interest in who we're playing with and who's out there. And, I took it upon myself to check these guys out. At the interview, Dan mentioned we saw they're awesome. They sound like Sex Pistols, but my opinion is my own. So definitely go out to see them. Friend Circle, they didn't have anything up on their Facebook page. Not to slander them, but they're probably just starting out.
I mean, either do we. We don't have anything. This is our first thing ever, so yeah.
Yeah, right out of the gate. And Argo, what I saw on their Facebook page, they had a video of them playing at the Vendor Cafe. And it was an ambient rock type of deal. I really enjoyed it. They had a synthesizer, guitarist, and drummer, 3-piece. Wonderful music. And Insanity Theory, same 3-piece, but their music is more of like a punk rock. I was digging it. Really was.
So yeah, definitely guys come on out to the show in Hole in Mays Landing. What's the address of there, Chris?
The Watering Hole, Mays Landing, located at 6494 Weymouth Road.
And it's starting at 6 o'clock. We will be the first ones on, so please come. If not for us, for the other bands as well. Support your local musical bands, artists, etc. We might have a pretty young crowd, but it's pretty cool.
Yeah. All right, so moving on. So we're going to cover our first song.
And this one's called Seabreeze. This was written and orchestrated instrumentally with Chris, the guitarist lead, and Zan, the drummer. Chris actually created the lyrics to the song. It actually had a different sound to it, and it was sung differently than when I jumped into the mix. And Chris was nice enough to allow me to actually put my own twist and my own style to it, which I am very thankful and grateful.
That comes along with being in a band as well. Because we're going to also touch base on, I guess, band ethics.
We can touch base right now.
Yeah, we can touch base on it right now. Band ethics, Just the whole moral standpoint of the band, where each and every single person in the band, where they stand, where they are. And in our, unique situation, Zan and I were playing a bit when Dan was, doing other things until he came in as a vocalist years later.
Yeah, other things.
Yeah. And
years later.
Yes. Yeah, so Zan and I, we started playing just jam sessions, and then, we got kind of serious writing songs. And Seabreeze was our first song we, concocted together. And that stayed instrumentally for about a year. I think it was summer 2015. Yeah, summer 2015. And then when we were looking for vocalists, nothing was biting, so I decided to go for it and take on like this screaming, kind of raspy yell to the vocals. And of course, I had to write the lyrics. And that's what came from that. And the first version really was like a gritty, I guess grungy-esque type of vocals. And then Dan came into the scene, and you want to take it from here, Dan?
Yeah, I just kind of went with it. The way Chris had it down was extremely different in tonality and the way it flowed. It went more with the guitar, but when I jumped in, I kind of was teaching myself, with the help of Chris, to focus on staying in tune with the guitar, and I did that for about 2 months. I stayed in tune with the guitar, not the drums. And then eventually, when we got the drums in the mix, it threw it all off, and we had a big talk, and we came down to like a different way of going about these songs, and that's where we got our whale sound. So now our sound is pretty unique because of this, but it's actually a mix. At least from me, for vocally, it's a mix of following the guitar and the drums at the same time and in between. But, I mean, that's probably like every band.
And the thing that comes down to when you play in a band and you accept someone else into the band and everyone's cool with each other, everything that you do as a band is part of the band. So, for instance, I wrote the lyrics to Seabreeze. Doesn't mean I write the lyrics to every song. It means that I put that creativity into the band for the band to use. And as Dan being the vocalist, that's his department of the band. And with that, it is up to him to take what is already established and make it his own.
And I think we slowly are all learning that we each individually need to be our own unique creative processes, and then we come together and kind of mix that, kind of like a blend, almost like making a stew. You put different ingredients into it, and it makes this flavorful stew. You don't really exactly know what it's going to taste like until you actually put your mouth to it.
Should I really say that's what she said?
Naturally.
Well,
all right, so... But yeah, so that covers that. Well, Seabreeze actually, what's Seabreeze about? It's like you wrote it.
Okay, well, Seabreeze, it came off, the lyrics came off from the guitar work in tandem with the drums. So Zan, he's an amazing drummer. His roots are deeply embedded with funk rock.
It's a little jazz.
Little jazz, yeah. Actually, a little bit more than a little. Yeah, so... I wrote the song on the guitar, kind of to dance around, using the notes to dance around Zan's drum beat. And when the song was finished, it reminded me of, this is kind of contradictory, but surfing. I surfed probably a few times.
Not at all.
Not at all. Dude, I took
comparatively to people that actually live here.
Oh yeah, no.
Yeah.
Like, I do not consider myself a surfer at all. But, I mean, from the one time that I experienced it, standing up for about a second or two on a longboard, you're dancing around the wave. And
you surf lifeguard boats.
Well, that's too. That's actually
that's
the same
surfing.
concept.
That's definitely not. How's that not surfing? And body surfing.
Yeah.
We'll go into this. Let's stick on the topipic. Just
So,
for all you out there, we're actually a band that's located out on the pretty much on the beachfront. We practice at like on the island,
The Absecon Island.
Absecon Island,
right next
Lang
to
City,
Lang
Margate, Ventnor, Longport. That's our origins. So we are very and we're all also ocean lifeguards. We've been ocean lifeguards for a long time. I've been ocean lifeguard for about 13 years. Zan's been ocean lifeguard for how much?
Oh man, probably a little bit more than I have been.
Maybe like
and
12,
I'm
11, 13 around there.
I'm reaching 10.
And you're reaching 10. Yeah. So
Yeah.
this is it's been our lives. Like this is who we are. It's part of our personality. So that it comes out in our music. I know we also embody a lot of the New Jersey scene. Now I know we're talking a lot about ourselves, but truthfully, we want to branch out and talk about other bands. But this is our first installment. We want to just kind of get our word out there. So any of you guys have any friends, family members, anyone you know who might be interested in the songs? I think as we can get back to Seabreeze. I'm kind of tangenting on a tangent right now, ranting. But what I'm trying to say is, pretty much what we sound like, because we don't have any recordings. Vocally for me, I'm actually gonna go down this room and break it down.
Yeah, go
For
it.
me, I feel like I'm more at the drive-in, the energy that Cedric thank you. I know something like citrus. I was thinking citrus, lemon, Cedric. The way he actually talks, sings with a lot of energy behind his voice, that's kind of what I embody. And a little Rage Against the Machine, but not so much, one single words. Maybe a little La Dispute, Touche and more for sure. I even throw some screams in there, some deep bellow yells, and that's actually kind of what I'm looking into. And for guitar, now this is a beautiful thing Chris has got going on here.
Oh yeah, guitar. It's all about transitions, seeing what chords work with each other, and really stretching the bounds and your fingers for that matter, and see what you can create from one chord to the next. And then it's not so much what you can do with your fret hand, but with your strumming hand, because that hand is what really directs all the notes and puts them together in a certain way, if I'm making sense at all. So, I mean, with Seabreeze, you'll know what I mean, because I'm playing... What's it? Mathcore.
Mathcore.
Yeah. So I'm playing chords, but in the chords themselves, I'm accentuating each note, and that's what makes it, I guess, unique, and what I was referring back to, dancing on a wave. So, the lyrics are just relates the colors you see in the ocean with how you're feeling in that time, and how everything just dissipates into those colors. And there's this shared ambiance, this shared feeling with what you have in your body with the ocean, and it's definitely emulated through the song. And Dan does a fucking amazing job bringing it to life.
I think you do a good job too. I think we all do a pretty good job.
Do a great job.
But truthfully, yeah, it's a good song. I really want to get some demos. We actually might put some demos up here eventually. But please stay tuned for that. And thank you if you're getting this far on the podcast. Thank you very much.
Yeah, thanks for staying with us, guys. And so that's really what Seabreeze is about. We can move on to
some of our influences. I know I said my influences.
Oh yes. Well, in my influence, Dan kind of hit most of them too. Touche, more.
Those guys are great. We saw those in concert. Those guys in concert a couple weeks ago at the Fillmore in Philadelphia.
Yeah, they opened up for Thursday.
They were fucking amazing. Man, they were awesome. The energy that they put out. They're a beautiful band. Beautiful in a sense that the music's beautiful.
New Jersey roots
their energy's beautiful. New Jersey roots, you can't miss that. New Jersey pumps out some really good hardcore bands.
Yeah.
I'm not saying other places don't. You just see personally, I just see a lot of New Jersey bands. It's probably because they're playing around here more often. But and I would say even Zan has some interesting.
Oh yeah, his influences.
I wish he was. He's actually not here, but he would agree.
Yeah, he will get in on these sooner than later.
Sorry, my chair is creaking.
But I would say John Theodore from the Mars Volta, D-Last in the Chromatorium. Who else? He really likes Chris Sagakis from RX Bandits, and I feel like he derives most of what he does from RX Bandits. And and Animals as Leaders. I forgive me, I forget the name of the drummer. but he says that he's just a prodigy, and he looks up to him in that way. Yeah.
Zan is definitely a artistic drummer in every sense. He's very he's on it. Like, you know, there's a lot of drummers that just come and go and they just do whatever people want them to do, but he's strict what he wants. He's very firm. I mean, it makes a good experience too, but it's also good to have a drummer who knows what he wants.
Yeah, he's very concise because he'll think about one drum beat for a song, say Seabreeze, and then within a week's time, he'll have about 5 or 6 variations for that same song, and I think that's what makes it unique in the writing process. When he brings something new to the table, it helps me out too with, you know, creating something else for a different song. And it really amps up Dan. I know that for a fact, and amps me up too.
Yeah, so I can't scream without the drums. But I feel like it's everybody.
Yeah. But more specifically, I would like to say, this is going to be right out of left field, but the influence to writing the lyrics for Seabreeze, word for word, not verbatim, I should say, but would be from Culture Club's Karma Chameleon.
Jesus.
Yeah, he saw that coming. Because the color references.
If anyone knows who they are, can you just play a little hum for us? Go ahead.
Come, chameleon.
They come and go.
They come and go. Love them to be even if. Sorry, okay.
So if you guys don't know what that song is, that's who they are. They're an 80s band.
80s pop band. That
80s
was
pop. I mean, honestly,
hit
you
US,
really
like,
listen to them. You know,
freaking
honestly,
Black
what
Plague,
really
man.
makes them. You want to go? I'll go.
No, you go. You go.
A little competition here. No, what I'm trying to say is, if you listen to them, I wouldn't recommend you just listen to them. I recommend you watch them on YouTube, because just their lead singer, who Chris will help us with his name.
Boy George.
Boy George. What a character. I mean, like, if you really want to see somebody, like, in drag and perform their heart out and actually, like, you will just watch those videos and be like, what is going on? What is driving this guy? Who is this guy? Like, it actually will make you enjoy the music just by enjoying what this guy looks like. And it's very interesting.
And to back up that, I think what Boy George did what did they come out in 82? I think what he did in the music scene really influenced a lot of people just to be who they are, because there's a lot of interviews, a lot of things that said, hey, Boy George, are you doing this for the publicity, for the marketing? You know, because they were selling Snoopy dogs with his hair and hat. And he said, no, I'm doing this since I've been doing this before Culture Club even hit big. And just to follow the sense of who you are and to emulate that through your music is a freaking awesome message. I mean, even though it's Culture Club, some people will be like, why? Wow, Culture Club? What? The message is still there. And
Moral of the story, guys, be yourself and don't let anybody or anything tell you to do otherwise, and don't do it for other people, do it for yourself.
Yeah, one other thing too. We have another show after April 14th, and that is on May 13th. It's a Saturday night at the Boneyard in Atlantic City.
That was be fun because we
on
were playing
Virginia
with,
Avenue. Yeah.
help me out here.
We're opening up for The Only Way. They have just
The Only Way. Yeah,
self-recorded and released a new album.
And they have a music video, by the way, which is pretty sick.
Yeah, check them out on Facebook, The Only Way, because it's the only way.
And we're playing with
Gutter Drunk
band, the Gutter Drunk. Tom, we know Tom goes. He's an awesome dude. This guy's sick. Gutter Drunk, great band, great local band. If you guys know who Gutter Drunk is, fuck yeah. If you
know
don't
what's
know
up.
who they are, figure them out because they're awesome. Or find them out.
Yeah, because the lineup is we go on, I think, around 7, and then Gutter Drunk plays, and then The Only Way plays. And I think that show is going to be one hell of a opener for the summer of 2017.
And guys, we are talking about South Jersey toward in Atlantic County region. So if you're listening to this and you're way out in California, thank you. But unless you have an airplane ticket, Just it's just to let you know, Atlantic County, near Atlantic City. Boneyard is in Atlantic City. Mays Landing is outside of Atlantic City, and that's where the watering hole is.
We have one more topic to cover, and it's something that has been boggling our minds for, since we started as a three-piece.
We're slowly getting drunk here. We've been drinking beers during this whole time. So if you hear smacking lips, we're drinking.
Is
You nod your head, dude.
Three-piece band. We are a three-piece band. Dan's vocals, Chris, myself, is guitar, and Zan is on drums. The main question, if you guys made it this far in the video, then comment below, please, is what do you think makes a good band in terms of instruments? If it's just one guitarist with a drummer and a vocalist, would you consider that a good enough band compared to a band with a bassist, two guitarists, and a drummer?
You're asking an age-old question here. Like, what makes a band a band? Like, what makes the sound a worthy sound? Like, and what is worthy? We're talking about, like, opinions here, right?
Opinions, yes. Just
Yeah, please post in the
away.
comments. If there's anything you're going to comment, you can comment about, how crappy this YouTube video is or whatever. But I definitely want you to comment about your opinions on, three-piece bands, four-piece, five-piece, two-piece, even one-piece, one guy with a mic and an acoustic. Like, what do you think? Like, what makes a band? Is a band, accumulation of all these different artistic sounds, or does it need to have a certain limit to the amount of people in a band? Because currently, we are a drummer, a vocalist, a lead guitarist.
We're looking for some outside opinions on whether picking up a committed bassist and or guitarist is a good idea for the sound that we have. I'm pretty sure most people would say, yeah, bassist, of course. Guitarist, I don't know. Yes, maybe. Just
We
please.
should probably post some of our demos up on the site. We should probably put those demos up.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got some rough scratches for you that are recorded off a Yeti mic. It's all three of us in a very small.
Dude, we can
tight
start with
basement.
Seabreeze so people actually know what we're talking about.
Yes, we'll post Seabreeze up with this video. We'll actually play the song, and then we'll have the podcast. That might be a good idea. Put it in the same video.
We're learning as we go here, ladies and
Yeah,
gentlemen.
this is an organic video. I hope you roll with it. Yeah, we're having some fun right now, guys. But any questions, please post them. And I feel like we're running dry at this point, so
Yeah, we're probably repeating ourselves.
we'll let you guys get off the hook. And maybe next time when we speak, it'll be the second song that we have in our lineup, and we will also mention some philosophical approaches we have to our music on top of some inspirational things. We try to avoid female and relationships personally, but it's unavoidable with the human condition.
Of course. And a little teaser, the next song is titled She Left the Back Door Open, and that song was solely written by Dan. And
The lyrics, at least.
The
and
lyrics, yes.
The way it was sung. But musically, it was a jam that Chris and Zan both had worked on for years now. It's one of their
That
oldest
too,
songs,
yeah.
right?
Mhm.
It's a very long song, actually. I didn't really think it really was.
It's about 4.5 minutes.
Yeah, it is. I didn't realize it was that long, but it's actually really good. It's got a lot of energy, a lot of different transitions.
And the main point I would like to make is the difference between Seabreeze and She Left the Back Door Open, because Seabreeze, totally different artistic approach, ability behind that song compared to She Left the Back Door Open, and that, I believe, is a fundamental aspect of our band and how songs are written. It doesn't just take one person. It takes a combination of the whole band, whatever is presented, and from that you create something entirely different every time.
Yeah. Hey guys, welcome to Whale. This is the band. This is podcast 2. No, I'm just kidding. All right, guys, have a good night. All right,
Have a good night. See you guys and gals.
guys and gals.